All right, everybody, let's get to it for Black Friday. Let's get right into the big charts. Bitcoin, crypto, get ready. Literally, it's on an hourly countdown at this point, in my opinion. So, hey, we're normally here Tuesday, Thursday, 12 noon. Today's Friday. You know, we weren't going to do Thanksgiving, but we'll do Black Friday. Also, let's just get it right out of the way. Why Black Friday? Well, because we have a Black Friday special. So get with the software or even my stuff, the memberships. Okay, Black Friday HPC. Use that code for all of these products. And it's a slightly different code for the Thinkorswim. If you want Thinkorswim, it's right there. Okay, and it includes gold membership until January 1st. So you get a little more than a month. And then come to the crypto webinar December 6th. I was saying I was going to move that up. I think I'm fine with that. I think I'm fine. I think what we want to do is just stay on top of where things are, how they're progressing, and then look for the pullbacks. And I'll get into a couple of those right now. There's BTC looking strong right at the top range at 38,000. And the only thing to consider, we know we're at target 1. And we've talked about this for a while. Okay. Deep crab, we know the deal. 36, 38,000 generally. 38,764. That's a big number, but that's not the only number. And I tweeted this just a little while ago that, look, this thing is holding up firm. We're not pulling back. I mean, we haven't even retested 35,000. So if it's going to just stay up here and then do the pop move into the end of the year, you go to target 2. That's it. And I think it's not a surprise what we've seen with a lot of these crypto. So great to see everybody. Great. I'm glad you guys are around on a Black Friday. You're not shopping. Trading crypto, trading the markets. What's up, AA Ron? Ron, we're not doing any giveaways today, except for that Black Friday giveaway. Like, that's the time to jump on it. Chargers, Pat M, Westy World, Nicholas, Loot, Barney, Victoria, LT, Jax, Mark. What's up, everyone else? Thanks for showing up today. If you guys are interested, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications for odd days like today when I go on live stream. And again, get over to harmonictrader.com. That's really the place where it all starts. You can get a free trial, and maybe that's what we'll do for those that are absolutely brand new. Listen, if you take advantage of the trial now and you want to take the 2 weeks of any or all of these, then as long as you get the trial now. So hook up there and become a basic member at harmonictrader.com. And everything begins there, especially new people. We've had some people over from Nick's group. Nick, shout out from last week. He does a great harmonic pattern group, and I should bring him on. He does great stuff with the software. He has a group of like a couple hundred people that he does the software. But become a basic member, hit the Black Friday deal, and register now. And then everything that you need to see is on the basic member page. So once you log in, subscribe, bang, that's where you get the information. So do check all of that out. Thanks. So this is the crypto plan, and this is going to involve a lot of what we'll talk about in the crypto webinar. The crypto webinar, we'll talk about targets, we'll talk about strategy positions. I'll talk about the last cycle, but it's all about levels. And I think for this current situation that's going on, target 2 for BTC makes a lot of sense. If not January 1st, let's say at some point in January, 48. Not a stretch. Great. Yep. Awesome. And for those that are new that haven't taken advantage of the membership, please do so. Let's look at a couple others, and then we'll get into some specialty ones that are just ridiculous. This Blur thing, I mean, give me a break, really? Blur? I didn't know what that was until it started popping off. Someone mentioned it. Someone mentioned it to me when it was at 35 cents. But regardless, listen, all of these patterns that are popping are going to target twos. Let's look at Ethereum. So 2100. That's kind of impressive. We had a bearish pattern that right at the XA level, okay, hits the pattern, what, 2 weeks ago, and then gives you a big violation candle. We're going to close above that. Anything above like 2130, 2150, forget it. Then Ethereum is off to the races. Ethereum hits the target. It goes to the daily type 1 target, 2485. Pretty remarkable, I got to say. Not really that, other than the response being so lackluster, the fact that this is a pattern, it's probably clear in terms of grabbing from that low to high and being a 1618 down, where 1250, 1280 was your first step. It just dragged out. That's it. But this structure is in firm force. So first target 1, 2485, and then target 2, 3395. That could be something for like a year from now. But 2485, much like what you're looking in for BTC, could happen come January. I don't think that's a stretch. So absolutely. I'll post Nick's group. Who said that? Westy World. I'll post Nick's group. Nick's a great guy. Yeah, I probably would have gotten more involved with what he's been doing had it not been for my year physically. But you know, I let me get the correct address. I don't want to, and I'll put that together and retweet it. Couple more. Listen, XRP just lagging, but still in full pattern control here. And if anything, you've got a few yellow dots on the daily. A whole congregation of oversold yellow dot HSI triggers. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. So this could be an important continuation area for XRP. You're looking for just a day or two thrust. Like if this is a strong weekend, XRP has probably started the next leg. You only need 1 or 2 slightly bullish candles to get that going. So absolutely, that's just another example of crypto. Okay, being strong, having patterns, but still taking time. Digestion phases. You have a thrust, you have a digestion, retracement, retrenchment, whatever you want to call it. Pause, and then trigger a whole bunch of levels. Get ready to go again. A few more. I mean, interesting things. Big things. How about Link? Holding up there. I mean, it's holding around 15. Now, here's something interesting on Link. Textbook pattern failure. Textbook. I mean, it's nice deep crab right there. Okay, T1 designation, HSI confirmation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 days. Finally, a yellow dot. Now, this is important because it's a part of what we're looking at right now. So there's a yellow dot. First confirmation we'd want to look at. If we were looking for a short here and it just blows you out, all right, you might have been trying to short that, maybe at a spot where you think there's confirmation. You're waiting for your yellow dot. You're above your XA. It doesn't take you more than, I don't know, a buck, maybe a buck and a half of that to see this being a major failure. I mean, seriously, by there, you're absolutely failed. So what's that mean? And this is a daily chart, folks. If that's a busted failure, then you ride it. Next daily confirmation, single bullish pattern, some kind of retracement. I think that's what you have here for Link, where not only is it failed, but the top end of the zone is now becoming support. Also, you have plenty of bars here. 30 bars up in here is, or especially 30 bars since you failed started the pattern. It's not always like the way that patterns fail. It's not like it just hits it and goes and then you just chase it. No, it's usually what it is. It hits the pattern and it goes sideways for a while like that. And today is day 30 since the pattern completed. Not to mention, you have a yellow dot, bullish confirmation. So if that's day 30, every day thereafter, and this starts to trickle up, grind higher, means it's a continuation point. It's not an easy read. Not an easy read, but if this is a failed 1618 and you're going to blast off higher, look out. Then you have to default. You got to go back to your, we know where this is coming off of is, pretty much your T-coin 95% retracement from 48 to 5, now 14. Where are you going on this? I mean, there's the weekly. Nothing. I mean, really, nothing yet showing up. We do standard retracements. 382, 618 on Link. At this point, you have to do that. Oh, here you go. Right there. 382 on Link. And I think that's probably what you have to kick up to at this point is $23, $24. So you see how that other pattern on the daily failed. Minimum 382 retracement. Yeah, 23.50. 50%, which is, I think, doable, 29 bucks. So that's how strong we're coming out of. I think some people I saw someone already ask, say, are we already experiencing the halving rally? I don't think so. I think what you're just seeing is an extremely strong start to all of this. Without a doubt. Few more. Okay. Things that you've yet to move. Things that are moving. As we've seen, look, we've talked about Cardano getting a pause up here. Not a biggie. Not going to get a full pullback. It is a type 2 here at 40, but you're just going sideways. And this is something where you're back here, you have a yellow dot. Okay, a pause makes sense. But now we're starting to get into days of going sideways. And that's typical pause behavior. What are you? You're day 19. So let's say there's day 30, gets you into early December. If we have no meaningful pullback by the first weekend of December, then this is just going to pause in here and then keep going up. That's where we are. What's up, LT? LT, we did blur. I have no idea what a blur crypto is. Welcome to post anything about it, other than it's gone ballistic. But that's, here we are. We're in that phase already. Couple others. Where do we go here? Here's some things. Okay, so subtle patterns. Things that are just, they don't seem like they're doing much, but they got a heck of a lot behind them. Check out Monero. Alternate bat sitting at target 1 and then on its way back. Target 1 is 160. That's an important support point, but let's look left. Okay, now we're starting to get a picture here. Bring it back out where Monero, big pattern looking left. 165 is the XA number on this big structure. Terminal bar 136. You've just been crunching in there for a long time, a year and a half. This is the kind of structure where you want it to pop, and then your target ones up here are 255, 285 area. That's the kind of sleeper, if you will, that I think some of these are going to start showing. A few more. Where is this YFI? This thing got crushed. I posted this in the Discord. Look, several back-to-back patterns. You go shark. I wouldn't necessarily say shark to 5.0, but return phase to shark. So 78.80 should be the low on that. And you get this kind of return phenomenon. A couple of other just real interesting, specific, pattern-specific situations that I'm currently on and, I'm going to follow up on. So crypto.com, check this out. We had a big move. It doubled, 5 to 10. Great, 5 to 11. Now, look at these high-level back-to-back bat, Gartley. Look, this is the phenomenon. This kind of a thing is what you want to look for after a first thrust move. I say that a lot, first thrust. What the hell does that mean? Well, when you have an obvious breakout move after a long base or pattern formation or stabilization in a zone. You get retracements, and what you want to see, especially lower time frame, things like this. 8.7 cents, 8.5. That's the floor for crypto.com. And I'm not, look, you go to the 4-hour or even daily, it seems like you've come a long way. No, that's a first thrust move. And I expect that to hang up in there and it'd be like this. And then go. This is something where forget 10 cents, okay? I'm not worried about 10 cents. I want people to think what's recapturing the prior history. Didn't that go to $1? Yeah, it did go to $1. So, and this is something, again, hope the market doesn't move too much by the time the 6th rolls around, but look, I just want you guys to be thinking in 382, 50% level retracements, and then an 886. Though that's the general scaling we want to see for crypto. I don't care what it is. You're thinking all-time 382, all-time 50, all-time 886. So I'm down here at 10 cents, under 10 cents, and my minimum anticipated move is like 40. There you go. And at least these have patterns. You know, you want those kind of patterns down there on this time frame. You're not going to capture them on the daily at this point, but that kind of a thing is almost as significant because you're already into the move. So you've got some force behind you. A few more. Avalanche, yeah, that's another one. Where are we going? 21. I think I mentioned this last week. We have, at the moment, we're under the pressure of a bearish pattern on the hourly that we've known this has been capped for a while. Hold on. Oh, I'm still generating the patterns. Okay. We know that's been this crab pattern. We sketched that out last week. We never got down to target 2, and I'm watching this carefully because above that above this crab pattern, it's gone. I mean, absolutely. I would love to see something like what we saw on those other on crypto.com, something like that. Give me a bullish pattern as it retests 1830 and then go. All right. That's still the deal. It's kind of like Solana too. Where's Solana? So Solana just made that run, that big run to 67 and been hitting sideways. I think this is a 4-hour. That's looking a little top heavy at the moment. No doubt. And here's your other constraint. You're just simply, if you're a Solana holder, you're looking for that to run and get above this thing. Nope, not that thing. Yes, this thing. So it's an all-time bat pattern, 122.38. That is the target. Are you going to do it now, or are you going to have to go through some kind of little pullback? It's better on the weekly. Better on the weekly. Yep. So I'm looking at that. I would prefer to have like an hourly chart, something that we can trigger. Here's on the hourly. Oh, we did get that shark. But did we get down? I was looking for the type 2. No, not yet. This is a thing on Solana on the hourly. And again, your hourly time frame, you guys are going to be reaching more and more for that because you're looking for stuff like this. A whole bunch of consolidation on an hourly that's just, maybe it's 5-7 trading sessions. It looks like a lot, but then we, at least in all of these gyrations, we get not only a type 1 up to the target, come back, and then the 2 that launches you. Always off the 2. AVAX, yeah. AVAX hit target 1, but you want it to go through the 1 too. This Solana, this is on the Binance feed. Okay. Just consolidating here for 2 weeks after a 400% run, not a big deal. It's just not. A couple of more. Trying to, this thing got away from me, and I'm a little miffed at myself because I really was waiting for a 250 retest down here. Synthetics is one of these that when we look left on the weekly, thank you. There we go. Get to the weekly. No, it's this. Beautiful. I just was waiting for like a 250 retest. I stared at that at 285. I still say that that's a massive bat pattern going to target 1. And a lot of these swap synthetics type Cake Swap, Pancake Swap, Uniswap, Sushi Swap, they all have big patterns like this. And they're just starting to get out of the way of themselves. Here's Sushi Swap. Oh, look at that. You see, now I'm getting, see, now I think I'm being complacent with what I really need to do. I mean, there's an all-time bat. There you go. Sushi Swap. And I mean, confirmation was about 8 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more at 60 cents. That's a double, but looks like it's still going to go. What's up, Paris Fisher in the house, PGA Pro, World Champion. Didn't you play? Weren't you at Augusta last year? Or was it the British Open? I'm joking. Maybe. You ever play Augusta, Paris? You must have played Augusta. Couple more while I wait for that answer. Here is the... So let's go to the AI world. Remember Fetch? Guys, remember Fetch AI? I think it was... I think it's a buy at 17 cents. Yeah. Hit 56 recently. There you go. Big patterns, back-to-back patterns. And, you know, this is, depending on what you're looking at, it is a type 2 on the daily, weekly. There's just a lot of things here. You've got some short-term patterns like around 52.50, obviously. We never did that thing. We never did a check back move. Here's the deal. A lot of talk about AI. There's the 17 cents. That's why we were there. There was a Gartley. I'm really watching what happens up here. Okay, I don't suggest any new longs yet. I'd rather long above 62 than try to long at 53. Because we're at the top end of some zones. Keep an eye on that. I mean, they're running. They've done well. AGIX is the other one we talked about long ago. And AGIX was down at 20. Now it's 30, but still has a ways to go. That's another big Gartley. And target 1 on AGIX is 30.35 cents. So from a pattern perspective, that's not nearly as far as some of the other ones. The other is Ocean, which these have patterns. This is why, look, you got everyone talking AI, great. What we're interested in are the patterns. So the fact that you have narrative and patterns, that's great. 45 cents. It was a weekly. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. So that's Binance feed. Okay, Ocean, all-time high was 190. Look, target 105. That's what I'm interested in. If you're down here in your crypto, you had confirmation at 30. Now 45 cents. You can wait, be patient. Maybe it comes back to 40 cents. But you're going to ride these trend lines. Look, crypto is going to be aggressive, but it's still going to take the year. It's still going to take 2024. This has been the plan since the summer. Position now. Position in the fall into the end of the year for 2024 to 2025. Harmonic use for crypto or Forex? I think what you mean is Harmonic, of course. Crypto Harmonic patterns for crypto is probably like the greatest chocolate in the peanut butter moment ever in terms of harmonic patterns. Seriously, crypto is really something with the harmonic patterns. Learned that on the last cycle. Applying those lessons learned to this cycle. to repeat or not multiply the same performance. Couple more. We should look at the total indices for crypto. Totals. Anybody? I'm not necessarily so hyped up. Total 1 looks like Bitcoin chart. All right, but it's strong. This is really strong. I mean, that's a beautiful basing formation, confirmation. Now you break out. But things like the DeFi index, this is where it's getting interesting. Big patterns looking left. So if you, for those that are, my real crypto experts, look, start shilling me your favorite DeFi, you know, with this project and that team and this guy and that guy started this thing on a DeFi and it's going to be just top DeFi, whatever, because DeFi is coming back. And it's a target one where, okay, we spent all last year just under this trend line. Well, now we broke out 3 weeks ago. Target one at 947. Sorry, 94.7 billion for the total market cap. And then total 3, which is, I think, the T coin index, quite frankly. You take out Ethereum, take out Bitcoin, what do you have? Well, we have a pattern, a bat pattern. Hop level at 285 billion was the floor. And we're just starting to get out of the zone. This is where things, I mean, despite the fact that you spent, go all the way back here to May 22, all of this time going sideways, fine by me, because your fireworks are from here to here. Okay, you want to see an acceleration of the price action where this stops happening and you start going up, it's above once you pop out of the zone. Thanks, Justin. I'm all ears. Seriously. DeFi just cracked it and is starting to really move. And that DeFi index. Maybe it was a week ago Sunday where you could really say that broke out, but any positive close above that breakout peak that's it. So check that out. Man, what the heck? Total 2. Not bad. Total 2, total 3. They're pretty much the same. You know, total 2 without Bitcoin. It's pretty much because Ethereum came back. And the total index is, which has everything, is impressive. Impressive. So there you go. Total, I think even the total index, that goes to 165. So crypto market probably does a 10% rally into the end of the year. Why not? To hit the target, to go hit this target. And remember, look, December 21st is coming up. It's basically 4 weeks from today. And those are always cycle inflections, always. Few more. You know, in the crypto space, I'm always looking for things that haven't moved yet. And I'm giving you guys patterns. I'm all ears to hear what you have to say or you know, references on, oh, this might be an educational article, whatever. I'm all ears on that. But I'm just going to fire up a few things that are catching my attention that maybe you've never heard of. Maybe you know about this. But here's this flux. All right. If anyone can explain to me what this does, I'd appreciate it. But Flux has got some daily patterns, and where's the weeklies? Hold on. Some weekly oversold signals. Yeah, all around it was like 40 cents on the daily chart. There you go. There you go. 40. This shark pattern, low end was 25 cents, never got there, but the main end on the terminal bar for that shark is 40 cents. So you're still effectively at that. You haven't even broken out of the zone. You're starting to, but getting there. I think I've mentioned this before in the F region, Phantom. Okay, it's a type 1. The target one rolled over. Can we get that full retest? Like I would say if you got the 25 cents on that, that would be 2 of 2. You'd maybe 886 at 22, but boy, if you got a T2 during this time, I would be all over that. Another one for my friend Justin. Hey, remember Gala? Well, this is what we learn about harmonic patterns. We loved this harmonic pattern coming down. We loved it to 2.1 or 2.08 cents. And what did it do? Like it completely failed us, went to 1.27, 1.2. Well, what's the deal now? Why is it different? It broke out of the downtrend. Starting to make a move up. So let's look left and just focus on this. Not so much that it failed beyond the terminal bar, that if this is real support, then look, the march begins from here. At least up to target 1 or 2 on Gala. And look, you're not that far off the low. I mean, that's still serious T-coin consideration. I haven't talked about that in a while, but I like it with the way everything else is coming together. A couple more. A crypto-heavy Black Friday harmonic pattern podcast for everyone today, as it should be, because listen, we'll talk about the markets next week because there's only one question I have for the markets. Breakout now or later? We'll talk about that on Tuesday. Here's VE chain, and this is another great back-to-back pattern example where a bearish pattern is actually a friend. Why? Well, we have weekly bullish patterns. We know that. I'll get to that in a second. But daily, 1, T1 dollar sign, T2, and then take off. I mean, there's the minimum. T2 goes all the way. Now bearish pattern. Can you get to target 1 and then from there take off and just explode? We want to be looking for bearish patterns, especially ones that form. Think of it, this is a perfect example. Bearish patterns that form since the September low or whatever low it was, if it was June, August, September, October, and then they give you a bearish pattern. They do the type 1 reaction. Okay, why? If we're entering into a bullish cycle, then bearish patterns should get annihilated. So we play it from 1.89 cents to 2.3 minimum, but you're looking for then 2.3 to get annihilated. Why? Because we want the weekly pattern to finally yield a move. There's the weekly on VE chain, and this is like so many of these that have yet to move, but they will. Because a lot of the ones that we stared at that didn't move just took extra time. So weekly, great. Taking its time. Break it down on the daily, wait for those pullbacks, and then go. Use them as a launching pad. I mean, terminal bar here is 2 cents on the button. XA level is on VE chain is 3.17 cents. So you're still technically under the 886 on that move. Technically still early. Because you're going for target 1. You're there at 2 cents. Your objective is 11.7. Few more. This one, it's been a while. Another T coin, Jasmy coin. This is why. All right, look at that. Coinbase 0.0077 is that hop level, and it went to 0.003 or 2 with a couple of smaller patterns down here. So looking left, do you have stuff? Absolutely. You know, 0.337 or really 0.5 is the XA of the deep crab, and this is overspill. You'll base out of that, but you have big patterns down there looking left. So if this is the end of the final dribble of the stabilization, where you're just, you know, trying to squeeze out the rest of the sellers, you got some patterns here. This is the kind of thing I want to take shots on. Looking left. And we just had an HSI. That will probably give you a yellow dot today or tomorrow. At a higher point. That's the other thing. A higher confirmation level. Let me go to one or two things that are inexplicably, they're just crazy. And where did that go? Did I take that off? But I still hear people talking about them. So here's this Caspa. I don't know why that got taken off. Yep. So this thing, and I'll go to the blur. Look, folks, when we're seeing, I'm bringing this up so that we can really just prepare ourselves for what not to FOMO into. Okay, you see something like this. I don't care if it's straight up. All right, you see something like that and you want to trade it, but wait for a pullback. I mean, at least hourly is not too crazy to, and is whatever your vehicle that you're looking at to FOMO. I mean, you have stuff like that and that. All right, there's a shark pattern. This is Caspa. And we've talked about this being crazy before. All right, there's a pattern on the hourly, but that was at 11.6. Maybe comes back. And I'm reminded of this other one, that this Telor, that wasn't this just 200 not long ago? It was 140. Okay, yeah, and it dropped a ton. It went from 140 down to 80. All right, when we're looking at this, we were looking at this up at this yellow dot and just saying it's overextended. Here's an example of something, yeah, that's crazy, but at least now on the daily, there's a bullish HSI. So if you were thinking your favorite crypto is already doing a monster move, just wait for the pullbacks, hourly, 4 hour, daily. I mean, you're still getting, even as crazy as that is, that's probably another shot like that was. Certainly, you take out the low, it's failed. But we got to wait for pullbacks like this. If it was crypto.com I showed you earlier, or some of these others, where's the blur? Let's look at the blur really quick. Where'd you go, blur? All right, here's blur. Amazing. See, where were we in September on stuff like this? Check out the zone. Big pattern. This is what really should happen when you get these kind of small patterns inside of big zones, and then they just go 1, 2, and blows on through. I mean, 57.84 blows through target too. Just not a heck of a lot up here to chase, but You know, yeah, even on the 4 hour. It's just, you can't chase that. I'm trying to think of things that have moved that do something like this, you know, where this kind of move seems like a huge move, but then they pull back. I would say Link. I would say Link is shaping up like this. I think AVAX is shaping up like this. Maybe even Solana. And then what's one or two others? Yeah, I'll come back to that. Yeah, I'm going to feed you guys some new stuff. Oh, here's something that I have no idea. What's God's Unchained coin, whatever, some gaming thing. All right, 38 cents. There's nothing there. Don't take this the wrong way. I just want you guys to get a little perspective on how this stuff is starting to pop. I mean, look at that. It was $8 the last cycle. That was it. Some of those other metaverse, they are really close. Like this, Mana. We mentioned that. Mana's a bunch of patterns down here. Yeah, there you go. Like 1, 2, 3. Yep. So XA level is like $35. Or excuse me, 35 cents. That would be a big one. Sandbox 2. 2 metaverse plays that are, you know, they've got patterns. They did a first thrust move. Now coming back. Yeah, shark pattern 35.40. You know, if they just had like a little 10-cent pullback, that would be an important spot. And then there's your weeklies. So these, you know, again, more looking left patterns that haven't moved. I would want to favor these over trying to chase something that's already moved 3 or 4x. Couple more. Before I get out of here, listen, I posted something on the crypto miners, and I think they're them and the crypto stocks in general. Here we are, and I think we got to come back around. Look, Coinbase is ready to bust. Coinbase almost at new highs for the year again, trying to break out of the zone. Once we do, yeah, I mean that definitely is ready to pop. Where are you? Yeah, you're hitting overbought at the moment, but watch that. And then some of the miners, you guys know that I talked about Riot. All right, Riot's up 20% since my folks got in on it at $10 about a week and a half ago. But this is just the start. 32.79. I mean, Riot blockchain is probably one of the better stock plays, and I don't think these have. I think these are lagging. I think the stocks are lagging the crypto market. They haven't run, but they'll catch up. Bit Digital, another one. Do you folks see what we got? Big patterns looking left, and then recent confirmation. Yellow dot confirmation on the weekly just last week. So you're early. I mean, we're still early in this move, very early. And then the other one, I mentioned all of these recently, but the other one is CleanSpark, and that was big, 14%. And notice the yellow dot. So we had a new yellow dot just last week, and it's starting off this week strong, target 119. Yeah, those are all, I mean, A1 position. And then, of course, MicroStrategy, you know, it's just begging. It's begging. The hop level, so here's the deal. MicroStrategy is in this bearish zone. Okay, remember, weekly time frame just triggering today for HSI. So maybe next week we retest the high before you get a yellow dot. 526, 527. Okay, you're on this type of a move with possibility to go into 602. Bitcoin closes above 38,000, 39,000, you go to 602 for the deep crab. So that's still higher. And check it out. So here's the cycle. Let's just bring the W formation back. All time. 886 is, come on back here. Yeah, 886 is up at 1,000. That's like the crypto. It's, yeah, 1,100, 1,180. Yep. And I don't think that's crazy to anticipate for the next cycle. If Bitcoin runs with all the Bitcoin they've accumulated, they borrowed for, he borrowed cheap. That's the thing I think people are missing out on, is that he borrowed the bulk of his Bitcoin at probably, I'm going to say 5%. Now, if he wanted to borrow it, probably cost him double. So, MicroStrategy and the rest of them, I just don't think that they have, they're just going to play catch up. But they're the place to be. Couple more. Let's just look at those other, look at the ETFs. So Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is sailing past 29. Now we're getting HSI. Is that the end of the type 1? We got to watch it. Could go as high as 40. I wouldn't be surprised. I do think you're going to get another, give me a W formation. We're up there already at 46%. Maybe something like this. And I don't think even down that far. Like a 382. And then go something like that. Generally. And we've seen it before. Look, last cycle. Look, still X, A, B, C, and then D, 886, treated as a minimum like that. We eventually went to what, a 1, yeah, the 127 was like that. But 886, that's best way to go. Treat it as a minimum, and then when you sail past, just manage the rest. One or two more. Quick peek at the Qs before we get out of here. So Qs they have a few numbers up here. It's an alternate bat. It's a shark pattern. I don't really care. I just wanted to figure out where's it going by the end of the year. And easily, let's make a stab for 403 on the Qs. 403. Crack the new highs for the end of the year. Okay, and we know, look, for the Qs, it is an alternate bat. It's also this crab formation. And that hop is at 418. I'm willing to say, generally 405, but I think 400 is going to be, is not too difficult to say, hey, we're going to make a run there. SPY, maybe not as aggressive, but clearly You know, we're up here retesting all-time highs. We just checked back yesterday against HSI. Okay. Where's my, I had a couple patterns up here. Let me clean this up. So we make a higher run off of this bat pattern. We could go as high as 490. That might take till January, but I think, you know, if this thing just continues to drift, and let's say in the next week, we find ourselves closing above this 458, 460 level, we'll make some kind of run at the all-time high. We're 455. We've been looking at this thing. We looked at 440. Then we were looking at 450, 451 or so. Now I'm going to say, you know, it drift higher. Go to 459, maybe 460, and then a couple more days. But we're still drifting higher for a few more days. It's been strong. Like this broader market is impressive. What you need to see is at least a couple of real lackluster days. But if we continue to rally and they break it out, look, we're going to overshoot to those hop levels. Again, Q's above 400, SPY certainly above 460, and in the short term, then we see. Let's save that. Red Nose, let's save that for next week. Philip Morris and all those other individual stocks. We know they all have big patterns. I mean, there's no doubt we've got a lot of big patterns. The question is the market going to spread out and let these big patterns on the old economy stocks start to catch fire? It's, you know, it would be the best thing where then you would get that next leg on the market. I think all the other ones like Microsoft and Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Netflix, Amazon, we should look at all those. Let's do that Tuesday. All right. I just wanted to get this out of the way, do kind of a catch-up update on crypto, and then you guys get over to harmonictrader.com, click on the Black Friday deal. That's how you get the 30% off on everything. And then if you want to subscribe, use that code Black Friday HPC for 30% off if you want membership things. Everything else is free. So go over, become a basic member first. And as I was saying earlier, if you get the trial this week, we'll extend it out so that in 2 weeks you can still get the deal, but we're not going to run it much past the 1st. All right. Hey, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Don't buy too much on Black Friday. You know, Christmas and the holiday season's about giving love, right? Not so much presents. There. That's my little feel good for the day. Folks, have a great weekend. We'll be back on Tuesday. And then again, we will have the crypto thing December 6th. So those that subscribe, get signed up now. You attend that. You have any questions, get to me on the Discord or send me an email. harmonictrader@gmail.com. Big week coming up. Get ready. Big 2 weeks. Should be interesting. Until then, see you next week. Go get them, folks. Go get them.